Hi Sangeeta, congratulations. Hello.
Hi, Shraddha.
Hi,
Hi,
congratulations.
Rajinder. Thank you so much.
Hi Rajinder.
हाँ,
Hi, Rajinder. I've made you the co-host as well. आपको देखो एक ग्रीन कलर में दिखेगा शेयर.
संगीता मेरे को ना मैं लैपटॉप से मैं पहले ज्वाइन कर लूं बिकॉज लैपटॉप से शेयर करूंगी ना।
ठीक है, ठीक है,
मैं सिर्फ 2 मिनट दे दो, मैं लैपटॉप से ज्वाइन कर रही हूँ।
ठीक है. श्योर, श्योर, श्योर. Hi, Bhavani. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sangeeta. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Hi Bhavani. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Shraddha.
Shraddha and Bhavani, I have made you the co-host as well, so that if you have to share your reports or anything.
Sangeeta, it's
Thank you, Sangeeta.
I'm taking little longer than because I have to uh, learn this technology thing. So it's I hope I'll be able to log in from my.
Rajinder, next time you should bring your laptop for one of the meetings. You will become more acquainted.
I tell you one thing because I don't have a laptop. Also, I'm in Dehradun, so I am doing from my brother's laptop.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't have my personal laptop. That's the main reason. So I think I'll
No,
be
I
able
was
to do
just
it.
kidding. I was just saying that if you want to learn, that's the opportunity.
I'll definitely buy one once I start earning. 9240. It's asking for the registration.
Yes, you have to register with your name and email address.
Yeah, I have done that now. Let me see if it connects. This site is trying to open Zoom meeting. I hope it works now. Yes, I think. Join.
Am I
Am I
visible?
visible? and audible. Okay, great.
Yes, visible and audible both.
Yeah, I have to read from you. Yeah, so Sangeeta, just one thing I need, if I need to share, there is this green button share, right?
Yes, yes.
And I'll click on that and
Yeah.
can request sharing this meeting. Send request. Sharing is not turned on.
Okay, wait. I'll have to share it again because I have actually added you co-host for your mobile. Now you can share.
Okay, now sharing. Okay, I can share this. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so okay, when I'll speak, I'll share the screen and then I have to remove also when I'll go back.
Yes, you have to stop it when there will be speakers and other tasks.
Okay,
You
stop
can
share
only
is
share.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. All right, now if I can stop share. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yes, we can start. Shireen, we can start.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm your Sergeant at Arms. I'm Toastmaster Shireen, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the meeting number 554. Today, I feel little emotional and grateful. I'm your Sergeant at Arms once again for next 6 months. This role has become an intrinsic part of my Toastmaster journey, and I truly cherish it. I would like to begin with a beautiful thought inspired by James Cameron's movie Avatar. In Avatar, we see the world of Pandora, a place where everything is deeply connected. Pandora reminds us that when individuals connected with purpose, something powerful is created. And that connection is intrinsic, natural, and meaningful. And that is exactly what Toastmasters does for us, right? Our club becomes a catalyst. It sparks confidence, communication, and leadership within us. Every Sunday, yes, in every meeting, we gear up to speak better, listen deeper, and grow together. And along the way, we gently sprinkle encouragement, learning, and kindness one another everywhere. Before we enjoy today's meeting, let us remind ourselves what keeps us united. Core values, mission, and housekeeping rules. Mission are Toastmasters' mission is to provide a positive and supportive learning environment to all of us to develop our communication and leadership skills. And the core values are respect for everyone, integrity in every word, excellence in every effort, service that uplifts one another. These values intrinsic to everyone we do here, everything we do here. Now, it is time to remind ourselves the housekeeping rules. As Toastmaster, we never discuss topics like sex, politics, and religion. And now it is time to welcome our very dear presiding officer. She, she is, as we all know, she is our smiling encyclopedia. She works by day as a medical content manager, and by evening, she becomes a passionate research scholar. She is a voracious reader, a hard working achiever, and one of the most helpful and gracious people you will ever meet. Her dedication and calm leadership are truly inspiring. So please joining me, giving a huge round of applause to our dear, very dear Toastmaster Dr. Sangeeta, our wonderful presiding officer. Over to you, Toastmaster Dr. Sangeeta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shireen. And like every other Saturdays, I become very shy and I blush. You all can see because whatever I will prepare, I will forget because I have to blush. I have never heard so much good things about me, and I have never heard anything about me with such intensity. Thank you, Toastmaster Shireen. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today was a special day for our club as we had our new executive committee members. Each of you has stepped forward to serve, not for a title, but for responsibility. And that, to me, is where leadership truly begins. Leadership is not about authority or position. It is about showing up consistently, listening, everyone, and creating an environment where others feel safe to grow. And I'm happy that we have been able to do that. In Toastmasters, leadership is practiced in small moments. How we encourage a hesitant speaker, how we give honest yet kind feedback, and how we hold ourselves accountable to the standards of this club. And thank you, each of you members have helped us to raise our standards. And our new EC members are not here to run the club alone. They are here to build it with all of us. And with the next week, you will be able to know who the new EC members are. Thank you. And thank you for making this term a meaningful one for ourselves and for every member who walks into this room. And with that, I would want to introduce, we have two new members who have joined in the last week. One is Toastmaster Rajkumar Sharma and one is Toastmaster Venu. I would want you, both of you, to just come forward, and you all have participated in our elections as well and have seen how the votings happen. Just give a small introduction of yourself, how you felt, and this is your first meeting as Toastmasters. What are your new things that you want to learn? So I give, so we can start with Toastmaster Venha.
Good afternoon, all. I think I'm audible. Uh, Thank you all for welcoming me here to the club. And this is my official first meeting, first, first meeting after becoming a member of the club. And I'm very excited to join this club. And thank you, everyone who has invited me. And thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venha. Next, we have Toastmaster Rajkumar, who is one of the members who was in our elections as well. So kindly introduce yourself and how you felt when you were participating in the elections as well. You are on mute.
Okay, it's for me, right? Okay. So, hi everyone. Good afternoon. And it felt good to be a member of the election. I again repeat that first time I joined, it's the anniversary of the Invictus. The second time I joined is a triad of three clubs. The third time I joined is the election of the club. So, every week there is something. So, yes. And in the club also, in the triad club also, and they asked me which club you want to join, and I said that I want to join the Invictus, right? So why? Because of the catalyst, doctor. Because they are catalyst for me. I joined because of you. I said that because I want to learn here, right? So when you go to learn somewhere, you find one person whom you can follow, whom you can say is your mentor. So, Sangeeta, maybe you are my catalyst and you are sprinkling the rays of the learning to my side. And yes, so I see myself growing ahead very much. And I think my speech is, I think, better than the first speech I gave. Yeah. So, yes, thank you so much. And I hope we will all grow and we'll all support each other. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Rajkumar Sharma. It's really very valuable to all of us. We all are growing, and let's help each other. Let's help each and every member to grow to the highest of all. And let's move out of our comfort zone and be a better leaders, because we already are a leader. We have to be a better person? That is what we have to learn. Thank you for that. And today we have an amazing team out session by Toastmaster Rajinder. So we don't have any new guests today online. I cannot see. Can anyone confirm? We don't have any new guests, right? No. Therefore, let's begin the meeting with calling our T-Mod, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Rajinder.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta. So let me share my screen. Is it visible? Yeah. All right. All is well. We all have heard this popular song from 2009 Bollywood movie 3 Idiots. The phrase all is well was nothing but a powerful affirmation repeated by character Rancho to help his friends overcome their anxieties and maintain positive outlook. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. I am Rajinder Kaur, and it gives me an immense pleasure to introduce you to today's powerful theme, which is affirmation. Remember, whenever we felt disheartened by the challenges thrown by tough time, our parents or elders often used to say, "It's going to be okay," and we felt better just by listening it. We trusted their words because we believed them. And eventually, things did start to improve. Affirmations work the same way. We have to believe what we say. When you want something so passionately, the whole universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. I believe in this statement. I hope you all too. When we repeat positive phrases to ourselves like, "I am capable," or "I can handle this," our mind begin to accept these statements as truth. Gradually, we start believing these statements, and these beliefs influence our action and help us to overcome our self sabotaging negative thoughts. And we start seeing positive results in our lives. But is it that easy to form a new belief and change our lives? Is it that easy? Okay, all right. We'll find out that later as the meeting proceeds. Before that, I would like to encourage each one of you to find one negative belief or one limiting belief which you are holding and write it somewhere. For me, the negative belief is I'm not a confident public speaker. So, or I can say I want to be a confident public speaker. So I would request each one of you to just write down one negative or self-limiting belief, because before ending today's meeting, we will convert that into a positive affirmation, and then I'll share few methods wherein you can use that positive affirmation and convert it that to your new belief. So I will give you few seconds to just write one negative belief which you think no matter what, how hard you try, it's not going. I am giving you 10-15 seconds. Please write it. All right. So I hope all of you have written your negative belief or self-limiting belief. All right. So the question was, is it that easy to form a new belief? And the answer to that is, of course, yes. And many times we say that I want to be rich, or I wish I'm a more confident person, or I wish I'm more healthy. These statements work as our limiting beliefs. So what we can do that to overcome that, we must form a new set of beliefs to replace this limiting belief. And for that, we need to understand the structure of the belief. The structure of the belief happens in 5 stages. The first stage is decision. Decision is whenever you decide that this belief is not helping me, it's not working for me, then you will convert that negative belief into a positive present form. Like my negative belief is, I'm not a confident public speaker.
What I will do is I will convert them into I am a confident public speaker. Correct? So, in this way, I would encourage each one of you to just convert that negative statement to a positive statement. For example, if someone wants to be rich, he can say, I am rich. If someone wants to be healthy, he can say, I am healthy. So, this is the basic hurdle which will cross and will make us we will make a solid decision of adopting our new identity. So today I am adopting a new identity of saying that I am a confident public speaker. I hope everyone, if anyone can say, uh, if you can share that you have converted your negative statement into positive belief, you can give me thumbs up. All right. So now we'll talk about the rest four stages in the later part of the meeting. Now, let me tell you the structure of today's meeting. We will begin with the three prepared speeches, followed by table topic session, and then we'll have evaluation session, followed by felicitation of the winners by our President Toastmaster Sangeeta. Now it's time for me to invite our general evaluator for today's meeting. Sorry, I have to find out. Can you help me with the
Yeah,
name?
that's me, Toastmaster Tanishq.
Yeah, Toastmaster Tanishq, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajendra, for calling me on the stage. So, being a general evaluator, I'm gonna evaluate the whole meeting. What is going to happen, and what should going to happen to for getting better meeting. So for that, I'm having a taggle team, that is a timer, a counter, a counter, grammarian, and a listener. So for first, I would like to call timer of today's meeting on the stage.
You're not audible, Toastmaster Jagdish. We cannot hear you.
Toastmaster
Not.
Jagdish, you are not audible. Toastmaster Jagdish, could you hear us? Okay, but we cannot hear you.
Are you connected via Bluetooth or something?
Try to change the audio from the audio option.
Like you're speaking away from the mic because it's faint, the voice.
No, it's very, very faint.
Can we give some time to him and maybe
Yes,
proceed
yes.
with the
Yeah,
other
proceed to the
areas?
next. Yes.
We can call him towards the end.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. Now we
Okay,
can.
yeah, okay, sorry for that.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, so I am the timer for today's meeting. I'll be keeping a track of all the times taken by all the speakers for today's meeting. For the prepared speeches, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. I'll be showing green screen at the end of 5 minutes, and uh, next yellow screen at the end of 6 minutes, and red screen up there at the end of uh, 7 minutes. For the table topic sessions, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes, and I'll be sharing. Uh, just a minute. Yeah, I'll be sharing this green screen at the end of 1 minute, yellow at the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, and red screen at the end of 2 minutes. For the general evaluation session, I'll I'll give you, I'll alert the speaker by sharing the green screen at the end of 2 minutes. I think it's 2 minutes, yeah. Yeah, 2 minutes, and uh, uh, yellow at the end of 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at the end of 3 seconds. So there is a grace period of 30 seconds on either side for all the speakers. Yeah, I'll be sharing my report at the end during the general evaluation session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Timer Toastmaster Jagdish. So I would like to call the counter of today's meeting.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Am I audible and am I visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So today I'm taking up the role of our counter. While you all focus on your speeches, I'll be listening for the post-Christmas side effects, those intrinsic habits that sneak into our speeches like our um, so, well, repeated words and unnecessary pauses. I'll be observing everyone who speaks today, from the president to the Toastmaster of the day to speakers, evaluators, table topic participants. This role isn't to embarrass anyone. This is basically to build awareness that we are making these mistakes. And the more we are conscious, we'll replace the fillers with confident pauses, and our intrinsic speaking skills will shine. At the end of the meeting, I'll present a brief report. Thank you, and back to you, Tanishq.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavani, for introducing your role very clearly. So I would like to call the grammarian of today's meeting on the stage.
Hello everyone. Today I am here as a grammarian. My role is to listen carefully how we use languages, appreciate beautiful words, effective phrases, sayings, and directions. And I will introduce a word of the day. And today's word of the day is intrinsic. Part of his speech is this word is adjective, intrinsic, meaning something that is natural, essential, and fundamental part of something. Some examples. Support is intrinsic in our club or any Toastmaster club culture. Listening is intrinsic to being a good evaluator. Confidence grows because learning is intrinsic to Toastmaster. And learning from mistakes is intrinsic to success. And my dear fellow Toastmaster, when life feels difficult, remember, struggle is intrinsic to being human. So I encourage everyone to use this beautiful word intrinsic in your speeches, and if anyone use, we will give and celebrate with him. And towards end of meeting, I will be here with my report. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shirin, for introducing your role very clearly. So I would like to call the listener of today's meeting, Toastmaster Shraddha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanishq. Hello, everyone. Can you listen to someone while you're scrolling your phone? No, we can only hear when we are scrolling our phone. But in order to listen to someone carefully, we need to pay attention. It is voluntary and we need to be there. Listening is an intrinsic art which makes a better person in a professional as well as personal life. As a listener, I'll be noting down random questions from throughout the meeting and I'll be testing whether you were listening or were you hearing. I'll be asking the question while called upon by general evaluator. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shraddha, for introducing your role. So coming to the evaluation part, I would like to call the I would like to hand it over the stage to team out of today's meeting. That is Toastmaster Rajinder Kaur.
Thank you. And now it's time for the prepared speeches. And for that, I would like to call our speakers. And before that, I would like the evaluator of our first speaker. The first speaker today is Toastmaster Tushit. And before him, can I have Toastmaster Ritesh on stage to brief us about his speech? Toastmaster Ritesh.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, and congratulations to the new team. My target speaker is Toastmaster Tushit. His pathway is Presentation Mastery, Level 1, Project 2, and his speech objective is usage of vocal variety and body language when he's sharing his insight from his personal experience. And the title is Take a Seat. The duration is 5 to 7 minutes. My feedback is instruct to Toastmaster Tushit to becoming a better speaker. Uh, Take a Seat by TM Tushit. All the best.
Can we have Toastmaster Tushit on stage, please?
Hello.
Yeah.
So good
Hi,
morning.
Toastmaster Tushit.
Hello. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear friends. So I would like to share an experience. Just yesterday, I walked into furniture shop. I genuinely wanted to look at chairs. I just wanted to experience what type of chairs are in the market. As I entered, I saw chairs everywhere. Tall chairs, big chairs, and stylish chairs. Every chair had some story in it. Some chairs looked so confident that I felt that I have to wear a suit just to sit on it, just to match that aura. Naturally, I did what any responsible adult like me would do. I started trying them one after another. I saw the tall tail. The first chair I noticed was very tall, strong, impressive, powerful. It looked as if that it had something in it. The type of chairs that mafia bosses sit on it. I imagined sitting on it. I knew something was wrong. My feet wouldn't touch the ground. It wasn't a bad chair, but not my type. It just wasn't built for me. Then I moved on without any guilt. Then I found a chair that looked so good, amazing, perfect finish, smooth finish, modern design. Everything was perfect, very Instagram friendly. I sat on it and immediately stood up because that chair was very uncomfortable. That chair didn't provide me the support that I needed. It looked great, but it offered no comfort. Style 10 on 10, but support 0. Some chairs are made to be admired, maybe not experienced. Then I moved on. I noticed few chairs that were honestly unattractive. No shine, no design, nothing. To be honest, those chairs were, ugly. I almost ignored them because I'm judgmental. But when I sat on one, it was amazing. It was comfortable, stable, supportive. That chair didn't try to impress me. It just quietly did its job, just provide me the comfort. And then I found what I thought was the perfect chair. Right height, good support, comfortable. Until I looked closely, it had some scratches. Those scratches, they were small ones, easy to miss, not very noticeable. For a second, I paused and then I smiled because those scratches told me a story. This chair had been used. This chair had carried weight. This chair had endured pressure. It had survived. Standing there among all these chairs, I started having a thought. Something clicked in me. I realized we don't blame a chair for not fitting us. We don't try to adjust ourselves. We don't take it personally. We don't sit there thinking, what's wrong with me? We simply get up, move on, and try another chair. And you know what? That's when it clicked me. And that's when it hit me. Humans are a lot like chairs. Chairs are like humans. Some people look impressive, but sitting with them feels tiring, uncomfortable. Some people look perfect, but spending time with them does not provide the warmth that we need. Some people don't look special at all, but when we sit with them, they make us feel at home. And the best ones, they had past history, they had past experiences, they had scratches because they have dealt with emotional wear and tear. But they still hold us. They still provide us the comfort we need. They still support us. They make us feel at home because scratches don't mean they are broken. It means they are real. There are people around whom you don't have to adjust yourself. You don't have to fit in. You don't have to shrink. You don't have to pretend. You just sit and breathe. And then there are people who are not bad, just not your type, or just not meant to carry your weight. And that's okay. Not every chair is for everyone, and not every relationship is meant to be permanent. Because as people, we change. Every chair is different, and we are also different. Sometimes maturity is knowing when to stand up, when to move on without drama, guilt, or any sort of anger or resentment. Yes, there are broken chairs, the ones that hurt you when you trust them. With those, it's it's okay to step back, not to punish ourselves or punish them, but to protect ourselves from them. Because understanding someone's pain should never come at the cost of requiring sitting on something that keeps hurting you. You know what? And now comes the most important fact, the most important question that everyone should ask instead of asking it. Why don't people understand me? Why do people ask this? Maybe we should ask, what kind of chair am I? Am I the right chair for the people? Am I the most comfortable one? Do people feel comfortable around me? Do they feel stable? Do they feel at home? Do they feel supported? Or do they feel the need to keep adjusting, to just fit in, to pretend something that they are not? We don't need to be the most attractive chair around other chairs or in the room. We don't need to impress people or impress everyone. We just need to be strong enough to hold, to provide support, and kind enough to allow, and wise enough to create space for people that don't feel comfortable. Because in a world where everyone seek for comfort, everyone seek for support, everyone seek for kindness, everyone is searching for that feeling of home. Being a safe place is more than enough. So choose your chase wisely. And when something isn't something doesn't fit and you feel that you have to adjust yourself, remember there are a lot of chase in the market. It's okay to stand up and move on. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful Toastmaster Tushit. I am totally blown away with this speech because I resonate with it so well. You know, we need not to shrink in to fit in. Wow, what a perspective. Wonderful. Now, can we have a feedback for Toastmaster Tushit in the guest WhatsApp group? I think we're done. Who's the timer can tell me if it's been done? All right. So can we move to the next speech? Now the next speech is by Toastmaster Prashant. And before we have him on the stage, can we have his evaluator Toastmaster Deepak to brief us about his speech? Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. So today, our next speaker, Toastmaster Prashant is kicking off his journey on his engaging humor pathway. It's his first speech, and first speech is always special, right? So it's an icebreaker. So I would request everyone to give a standing ovation if possible to the speaker after the speech. Timer, please note the speech is of 4 to 6 minutes. The purpose of the project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. Uh, Madam Toastmaster, please note the title of the speech is I Prompt, Therefore I Jam. I will wish the speaker all the best and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Can we have now Toastmaster Prashant on stage? His title is I Prompt, Therefore I Am. Toastmaster Prashant.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. So, the title of my speech is I Prompt, Therefore I Jam. And I chose this particular title because I wanted to talk about two things that make up a good chunk of my day to day life, which are artificial intelligence and music. Now, you might ask, what do these two have in common? Think of it like Star Trek. Artificial intelligence is like Mr. Spock. It's all about the data, probability, the most efficient way to get from A to B. It's cold, it's logical. Music, on the other hand, is like Captain Kirk. Music does not care about the rules of the galaxy. It acts on intuition, raw emotion, and hunches. It's the messy, soulful part that does things just because they feel right. And most people just think that you have to choose one or the other. Either you're a hardcore logical numbers guy or you're a free, chill, creative person. But the alternative here is to be like the bridge of the USS Enterprise, where you need both Spock and Kirk sitting right next to each other to actually fly the ship. Now, as a child, I was fascinated by computers because these are wonderful devices, and we operate them. Everything that happens in computers, it's all operates with how information can be represented in the form of binary numbers. And at the core of it, it's just arithmetical operations that are happening. Music, on the other hand, my fascination with that came up in my teenage years. Because what better way is there for an adolescent male to deal with his emotions? But here's an interesting thought. What if you could represent music in the form of numbers? Now, in the 1950s, people started experimenting with it. People started creating music using traditional rule based systems. Those systems, if you ask them to play jazz, they would probably crash because jazz, obviously, as we all know, has no rules. But today's AI is very different. It works using pattern recognition. So if you give it enough information, it learns what you would not even realize about yourself, about whatever is going on in your head. It's like having a private 24/7 concert with AR Rahman. You can ask the AI to generate any tone, any rhythm, any vocals, and it will deliver. And to give you an idea of how accurate these patterns are, I was playing the intro of Money for Nothing on my guitar the other day, and then I immediately started seeing ads for microwave ovens on my phone. You would get this joke if you've heard the song, but it's all right. And the AI is not just accurate, it's a very harsh critic. For 10 years, I've been trying to master the F chord. And when I asked the AI for help, it gave me the instructions, but it also told me, Prashant, why are you being so basic? So yesterday, when I was writing the speech, I sat down and I decided to play with AI. I asked it to generate a blues-inspired clean guitar track, sort of a mix of Mark Knopfler, John Mayer with an uptown funk-like rhythm. And the result was so good that I added it into my playlist. I made my family listen to that song. And they asked me if I would like to consider another hobby, because apparently a robot plays guitar better than me. But at the end of the day, life is not a choice between code and chords. It's the full crew working together on bridge. You have to have your logical side working with your emotional side. You have to have code working with intuition. So the AI might be able to play better than me, but it still needs me to give it a reason to play. Thankfully, I've seen the code that AI writes, and my day-to-day job is safe, even if my guitar career is not. But anyway, seeing that AI is so good at generating music just means that now I have a new jamming buddy who is always available and never complains when I go off key. And thus, I prompt, therefore I jam. That's it.
All right, wonderful, Toastmaster Prashant. I loved it. That we can get help from AI to generate music. That's something new I learned today. That was wonderful speech. And can we have a standing ovation for Toastmaster Prashant, please? All right. So next we have our third speaker, which is Toastmaster Sakshi. And for her, can I have her evaluator, Toastmaster
Can we get
Rizal, on stage?
can we give feedback to Toastmaster?
All right, sorry. We'll please give feedback for Toastmaster Prashant on guest WhatsApp group. Let's take 30 seconds for that. All right, I think we have done sharing with the feedback. So, can I have Toastmaster Rizal, who is the evaluator for Toastmaster Sakshi's speech? Can we have a brief on his speech, please?
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajinder. I would like to ask all of you, how are you feeling on the last Toastmasters meeting of the year? I'm glad to have met all of you at Invictus, and thank you for being part of my 2025 learning journey. And my target speaker is one such interesting member who have also contributed to my learning. She sprinkles our meeting with joy, with a perpetual smiling face and her sweet voice. Diligence and kindness are intrinsic to her personality. Though she may not be present in our in-person meetings, but she always ensures her valued presence in our meetings online. This is Toastmaster Sakshi, and her pathway is dynamic leadership. She's in level 1, and the project number is 2. Her speech objective is speech with a purpose, and her title is Listening to Respond versus Understand. What a crucial topic, much needed. The duration of her speech will vary between 5 to 7 minutes. We cannot wait to listen to the pearls of wisdom from you, Toastmaster Sakshi. All the very best. Back to you, Toastmaster Rajinder.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rizal. So, can we have Toastmaster Sakshi on stage? Her topic is listening to respond versus listening to understand. Toastmaster Sakshi.
Thank you, Rajinder. Thank you, Rasal, for the kind words. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My topic is listening to respond versus listening to understand. Let us start with a tiny experiment. Have you ever been in a conversation where the person is speaking and you are technically listening but smiling, nodding, saying, but you're already framing the answer in your mind? And suddenly you realize that you have missed a key point. So you smile a little more, nod a little more, and secretly hope that they haven't caught on. If you have ever been in a similar situation, then my dear friends, you have understood the difference between listening to respond and listening to understand. So, why do we listen to respond? We listen to respond in order to either sound smart, offer solutions, and or simply want to end the conversation quickly or have a similar incident that cannot wait to tell the other person. But listening to respond is not the ideal situation. Listening to respond is our mind busy preparing the next sentence, and listening to understand and is when we give full attention, undivided attention, and comprehend the speaker. I am no stranger to this habit. Someone close to me was narrating an incident, and I was very quick to jump to the solutions. I started offering her advice. Oh, you should do this. Oh, don't worry, it will be all right. And I did what all of us are guilty of doing. I jumped in with a similar experience of mine. She became sad and she said, Sakshi, you are not trying to understand me. You are jumping with your own solution. Please listen to me and understand my situation. I became sad and it hit me that I was only listening to respond and not listening to understand. I was too eager to offer solutions, almost too impatient to give a narration of my own. And then I realized one thing, how important it is to listen to understand. The speaker doesn't always want an answer. Sometimes they want something simpler and rarer, which is our undivided attention. They just want to be heard. So, how can we remedy this situation? Let us pause before we respond. Let us understand and then give them a summary of what they have said. And then they will say, yes, exactly. And that is the magic moment. That is when you make that connection. So, why do we listen to respond? Our brain goes into the reply mode. Our brain starts automatically framing sentences. What should I say next? Oh, this is wrong. Oh, I have a similar story. Oh, I should add this. But this is not the right habit. So instead of listening to respond, we should listen to understand. How can we do this better? Simple exercise, I will say. Each person this week should have one conversation where you don't wait for the other person to give answer. You pause. You don't plan your answer and you summarize your points and you say, oh, so you want to say this, and you realize that your conversation become more meaningful. The people feel safe. The conversations go deeper. Conflicts reduce and the relationship improve. Not because we have perfect answers, but because we show up fully. And in this Toastmaster, this matters a lot. Because the Toastmaster, in the speech, it is not a one-way speech. A, a good speaker is only a good speaker when they have listeners. A communication is not a solo performance, it's a two-way exchange. In fact, Toastmasters has trained my listening in a very practical way. When I took up the role of listener, I couldn't drift because I had to recall key points later. I had to ask questions. So, to able to be asking questions, I had to pay attention. When I became grammarian, I started noticing word choices and phrasing. Even though I haven't played a counter yet, but I have become one in real life. I catch filler words like, everywhere at work, at home, and even in my own speech. And have noticed something interesting. When someone is clearer and sure, their confidence feels intrinsic. It comes from within. They don't need filler words to buy time. And when someone is uncertain, you can often hear it in the extra ers and ums. I can use this as a meter to understand their confidence. So, what helped me from listening to respond to listening to understand? My role as a listener in Toastmaster has helped me a lot to become a better listener and a better communicator. I close with this. Hearing is accidental, listening is intentional. And as Maya Angelou famously said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget what you made them feel. One of the greatest gifts we can give anyone, at home, at work, or right here at Toastmasters, is make them feel truly heard. So the next time you are in a conversation, notice yourself. Are you listening to react or are you listening to understand? Because the quality of our listening often decides the quality of our relationships. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi. That was wonderful speech, and people will never forget how you made them feel. That's a beautiful thought. And we also see that in Toastmasters, we have as many roles of a speaker as same number of roles we have of a listener also. Evaluators and general evaluators, grammarian. Everybody is equipping them with this learning skill, and that is so wonderful about Toastmasters. So thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi. So can we have a feedback for Toastmaster Sakshi in our guest WhatsApp group?
We should start Toastmaster, Rajinder. You're on mute.
You're still on mute, Rajinder.
Sorry, this technology thing I need to get equipped with, so please bear with me. Sharing the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, we have the polls for the best speaker in the group. Toastmasters
All right, okay. May I request the tech master to share the poll for the best
It's
speaker, please?
already shared, Rajinder.
All right, thank you. Thank you for helping me because I really need to fix this. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, okay, great. All right, so have you voted? Great. And I don't know, I can't see my screen. So can anyone tell me my screen is visible? All right, great. So, moving back to the topic, we all have decided that we'll convert our limiting belief into a positive statement. For me, I have converted that into I am a confident public speaker. Now, when we make a decision, which is the stage one of forming a new belief, since I've made the decision that I'll always say that I am a confident public speaker, then second stage will come in which my mind will begin to question that statement. Because my mind knows that I'm not confident, then it will ask me, are you a confident speaker? For someone who wants to be healthy, it will be like, am I healthy? Am I rich? Am I confident? Because we know that we are not, and still we are saying that statement. So, this is the response of our logical mind. And this can either lead to rejection or consideration. And let me tell you, 90% of people will reject it. And if rejection happens, it will reinforce our own old identity. And it is a very dangerous thing to do because we will reconfirm to our subconscious mind that we are not rich, we are not confident, we are not healthy. And if you choose, rather, if you choose to stick with that statement by doing positive self thought, self talk, and you can write that affirmation as many times as you want. If you keep doing that, your mind will move to the next stage. For that, you have to stick to that positive statement. When you stick to the positive statement, then third stage will arrive. And the third stage is where your mind will start considering it. It will start asking different question. The question would be, maybe I am rich. Maybe I am confident. Or maybe I am healthy because I eat healthy. Maybe I am a confident speaker. At least I can speak in front of a mirror. So now my mind has started considering this thing. Yes, I can be a confident person or a healthy person. And if I stick to it long enough, then we'll reach to the fourth stage. And this is the attraction stage. Here you'll start to attract more examples and proof of your new identity. Now you will attract few people, few examples wherein you get the proof of your new identity. You can say, see, I am rich. I bought this branded shirt because you know only rich people can buy branded shirt. Or you can say, I lend money to that person. That means I am rich because I'm able to lend money to him, right? And I can say, yeah, I think I'm confident because I delivered a effortless speech last week. So, in this way, our subconscious mind will start giving us those examples or showing us the proof. Yes, we are able to do this thing. That means we are almost there. So, attraction begins to happen. See, I am lovable because people loves me a lot. So we're getting proof. And when you start getting three, four, five, or many proofs of that new belief, then your belief is beginning to build. And this will lead you to the fifth stage. And the fifth stage is the belief itself, the new belief you got. In this stage, you'll become so confident. Then you'll say, of course, I'm rich. Of course, I'm confident. Of course, I'm healthy. So that I'll be able to say, I delivered this TMOD session. Of course, I'm a confident public speaker. So you can say it is very interesting to see how belief developed through 5 different stages, and step by step inside our mind, we are giving birth to our new identity. So it only happens if we persist. So we have to keep practicing that, keep repeating that positive statement to us. And now I'll go to the next part of my session during the last part of the meeting. It's time for our table topic session. And for that, we have our table topic master, Toastmaster Ritesh. So may I please invite Toastmaster Ritesh on stage, please?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Toastmaster.
Yes, as Toastmaster Rizal said, this is the last meeting for the Invictus Club in December, and we are looking forward for a fresh meetings in another 2026. So, shall we start the table topic session? So, I will start the first table topic. Who would like to participate? Raise your hand, please.
I would like to participate.
Oh, TM Yuvraj, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you could instantly master any skill, what would it be and why? So, if you could instantly master any skill, what it would be and why?
If I would like to master any skill, it's the communication skills. It's paramount to achieve the success in their life, and better communication would solve the half of my problem. Secondly, listening skills also. Why? In Toastmasters, when a listener role was there, then I understand the importance of it. By listening, you solve half of the problem. Listening is not just we have to react, we just listen to understand what's going so that we can learn from it. Maybe it will be challenging because mastering is not like walking in the park, neither a piece of cake. You need to understand the power of patience, perseverance, and have to put your efforts to master these skills. Mastering, one is not born to master the skills. We are made, and training our mind to master these skills will help us to achieve the great new heights. In sum up, I would like to say that listening and communication is a fine art. If you master these both skills, then half of the problem will be solved, and no one can stop us to become successful and proving the best version in the life. Over to TTM. Toastmaster Ritesh.
Thanks, Toastmaster Yuvraj, and I really appreciate your passion for communication. Really commendable, and listening is part of the communication and speaking also. So I would request, please raise your hands for the next table topic.
Toastmaster Rajkumar is raising his hand.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Rajkumar, the question for you is, what is the most memorable trip you have ever taken? I will repeat. What is the most memorable trip you have ever taken?
Memorable trip. Okay. So it was my Jaipur trip. So why it was memorable? There are many things. There are many things that it make and are in my memory still now. The reason being my kid. He just born. He was 1 year old, and we went for the trip. Our family went for trip, but actually he's on the trip, and he make us to be with them. What he likes, we did. He likes to eat somewhere. Okay, let's go. We went there. He likes to play in the park. Okay, let's go. You know, and that memory is still our mind by seeing his reactions, seeing his actions, seeing his laugh. You know, and one memory that I could remember of that trip is, in the park, he was playing Holi in the times of August month. He just put a bottle and put himself, over himself, and that he laugh again. And that is the thing. I think that's a memory that I still remember. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Wonderful, wonderful Toastmaster Rajkumar for sharing this story and give our blessings to your son. So, moving ahead, who is going next?
Can I go?
Yes, yes, Toastmaster Tanishq. So, the question for you is what is the one piece of advice you would give to your younger self? What is the one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
Okay. So, how many of you were introverts before coming to a Toastmasters? While I was in my school days, I was very introvert kind of guy. I don't used to talk to anyone because from second grade till eighth grade, my friends were the same. And suddenly, I just felt very disheartened after my friend left me. I became introvert. And that was the only point in my life I usually think that I'm no one actually. Being and Toastmasters helped me a lot from being no one to someone. So I would like to advise myself to my younger self: speak up, talk more, talk to new peoples, network from no network from everyone. Like for example, in Toastmasters, we all came from different careers. We can get every knowledge about every career from different members and the guests that are coming to the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thanks, TM Toastmaster Tanishq. I think we all give the same advice to our younger ones. Okay, thank you so much. And going forward, I would like to choose somebody who have not spoken. Toastmaster Anmol, are you comfortable?
Yep.
Okay, well done. Good. So, question for you is, what is the role of curiosity in shaping innovation? So, what is the role of curiosity in shaping innovation for you?
Thank you, Table Topics Master, for that topic. Just 2 days back, I had my little niece. She came up to my house, and you know how kids are, not right now, but universally. They just won't stick to one place. They'll just go round and about your house and they'll just question what is this, what is that. But I do believe, answering your question, that curiosity, innovation, and just questioning like who we are, why are we here, what is this, what is that, that ultimately, helps us as well, and helps in understanding our environment, our universe, and better contributing to it. If we won't know, I heard this quote a while back, that if we won't know who are we fighting against, and how will we fight against them? And it is not intrinsically linked with fighting. It is also about spreading your message, spreading core values, spreading harmony. And if you see, even if I talk about this topic in a capital intensive way, all of these big tech companies, if we talk about Apple, if we talk about Microsoft, all these other companies, at the crux, at the base of these companies were the core values which embedded curiosity. How new systems are. We heard our Toastmasters talking about technology and artificial intelligence. And this is something that I would like to, encourage all of our participants to have that spark of curiosity, of innovation, and questioning everything that is around us. And that will help contribute towards your growth and the growth of our planet at large. Back to you, Toastmaster Ritesh. You're on mute.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anmol, for sharing us and putting this word so beautifully, that necessity and innovation and curiosity. Thank you so much. And who would like to go next, please? Or I will choose.
I would like to attempt if we have time for one.
Okay. Toastmaster Risal. So the question is, what is the most surprising thing you have learned about yourself recently? I'm repeating the question. What is the most surprising thing you have learned about yourself recently?
Okay. Thanks for the interesting question. As we move about in this odyssey of our life, in this journey of our life, we discover many things about ourselves, and self awareness is also an integral part of learning and growing. And earlier, I used to be having this cognitive distortions, as if these negative assumptions about myself, that I am not able to do a particular thing, and uh, it's also whatever happens in your life, an event, it's permanent, and my brain will not grow. But and then I challenged myself. Somebody told me that, uh, you know, as Rajinder also mentioned, that affirm it with positive thoughts and force yourself to think positively and overcome the negative thoughts. And also, I learned that there is an element of neuroplasticity in your brain, which your brain is capable of changing despite a not so good event that has happened in your past. And you also have the possibility to change. And I have been amazed that with practice and with learning, my brain has been able to change. And it's also how you train yourself. So I think anybody can learn any skill, and only thing that will stop yourself is just you. And I believe that this is one thing that I learned myself, and I want to take forward with me as I move forward to the next year as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Master Risal. And I think it's really encouraging for all of us. And first of all, we generally say in sales is first is find the problem, then face the problem, and then finish the problem. So thank you so much. And do we have time for another question?
I think it's up. Timer is
Time is
saying
Okay,
up. I
time is
think
okay.
over.
the time
Wonderful
clock is.
session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Am
Thank
I
you so
audible?
much, Toastmaster Ritesh, for beautiful session. The topics were really interesting. And now it's time for the voting. Can I request our tech master to release poll for the best table topic speaker, please?
Yes, it is there.
Yeah, please vote for your favorite table topic speaker. I hope you all have voted. All right, great. Can we move to our next segment, which is our evaluation session? For that, I would like to invite our general evaluator for today's meeting, which is Toastmaster Tanesh. Toastmaster Tanesh.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajendra, for calling me on the stage. So, from the auxiliary role player, I would like to call wait a second. Yeah. From the auxiliary role player, I would like to call the counter of today's meeting.
We would have first
Yep.
evaluation
Can we go with the
speech.
evaluation
Oh,
speech,
I'm so
Ravi?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait. So from the evaluation part, I would like to call evaluated number one Toastmaster Ritesh to evaluate his target speaker.
Thanks, Toastmaster Tanishk. Take a seat. Thanks, Toastmaster Tushit, for giving a fresh perspective using chair as a metaphor. So, thanks for creating metaphor, and the use of chair as metaphor was fresh and thought provoking, connecting deeply with the audience. I would say you conveyed two very strong messages is that not every chair is fit for everyone and vice versa, and chairs with scars can still be comfortable, and your flow and vocabulary was smooth in structure. Effective word choices made the speech engaging and easy to follow. So that topic is so interesting that everyone was connected with it. When it started, we thought chair, and then you started smoothly transit into the human form. So that is really great. Some of the recommendation is that I know we have limitation online, but the topic you choose, it would be good if you use chair as prompt, and it will make more impact. I know it's not possible right now, but for such topics, we can use props to use it more effectively. Second thing is the body language. When you say the chair is uncomfortable, so say chair is uncomfortable, some kind of dramatic things can easily connect with the people. And when you say the chair is, oh, comfortable, like that, so it will make more impact there. And a small pause could have more impact in this speech, I would say. But overall, a really engaging speech, and your speech was impactful and relatable, delivering a strong message. And lastly, I have been connected with your speech, and your speech delivered a very strong message. Not every chair is for everyone, and vice versa. Great job, Toastmaster Tushit.
Thank you.
Great evaluation, Toastmaster Ritesh. So I would like to call Toastmaster Deepak, the second evaluator, to evaluate his target speaker.
We all have a left brain and a right brain, right? We are humans. And left brain is for logic, right is for emotions. Today, we witnessed a wonderful speech by our uh, fellow Toastmaster Prashant on jamming and AI. So, perfect balance of logic and emotions. I really loved when Toastmaster Prashant took us through his interest. So that was the objective of the speech, to let the club know more about you. And we came to know about Toastmaster Prashant that he loves music, he loves to play guitar, and he also loves AI. And using AI to create new music. That's a wonderful trait to have. Creative person, Toastmaster Prashant is. I also like the use of humor when Toastmaster Prashant mentioned that when he actually created a song and made his families listen to it, they asked him to consider changing his hobby. He said that even robot can play better guitar than him. So that's a great way to actually self-deprecate and make people laugh. So that's a great trait, and the pathway is engaging humor. So he is on the right track. So well done, Toastmaster Prashant, on usage of humor. Now the objective of the speech was to let the club know more about the speaker. So I would have loved if Toastmaster Prashant would have talked about a story, an instance where he was brought up, where did he study, where did he go, live his life till now. So that would have made it more interesting and actually help to achieve the objective of the speech. Another thing I observed, now this is not in line with the objective, but I observed that Toastmaster Prashant has been using his hand gestures throughout, which were slightly visible. If Toastmaster Prashant could take a step back, deliver from a distance, then his hand gesture would have been visible throughout. Overall, I really loved the speech. I came to know Prashant loves guitar, music, and use of AI. He has a great sense of humor. I would have loved if he had told a story from his past. That's me, and I wish the speaker all the best. Keep giving speeches. I didn't think he was nervous at all. He was confident throughout. That means he has a lot of potential, and I see a great speaker in making and a great leader in making in Toastmaster Prashant. All the best, Prashant, for your future speeches, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak. So I would like to call the third evaluator of today's meeting. That is,
That is me, Toastmaster.
yeah, Toastmaster Isal on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanishq. What a wonderful, interesting speech with a lot of wisdom, something that is a great reminder for us time and again, not just for the quality of our relationships, but also what it means to be felt heard and remembered. And hearing, as Toastmaster Sakshi mentioned, is accidental, but listening is intentional. You started with a question, which is a good hook. And I really like that you address the root cause, why we listen to respond. And then you went to the pain points and also narrated with the personal experience from a conversation. So you recreated a conversation with your friend. And also, it was relatable for us because you are exhibiting a mental dialogue in your head that okay, what happens when we are just quick to listen, quick to respond rather than understand. And you even mimicked that whole sentence with that voice as well. So there was elements of vocal variety. You are not trying to understand me, you expressed what would be the consequence from the end of a friend if we were not to listen to understand. And then comes the realization part as well. So the flow and the content is good. And then you also provided us with solutions. And best part is that you linked it with the Toastmasters journey, your experience as taking various roles and also listening how it is crucial in Toastmasters. However, there are some areas for improvement, including which I totally understand is normal. For example, there were some interruptive pauses. I am assuming that you were recalling the speech, and that's totally fine. And the pace at some elements were slower and good, but there are some elements where the pace was a little faster and it could be slowed down. And there were also some instances where there could be more strategic pauses where you could say, and now I feel this way. For example, I'm just giving an instance, and then you could play more, little bit more with the vocal variety and the tonality. There was also a pendulum movement forward and backward, which is instinctive, which is intrinsic to most of us, unless we do it intentionally with practice, that we have to step behind and then take a little bit of more stage space because we were not able to see the hand gestures. Uh, Great start with a question. While you started with a question, it would be great if we can avoid repeating the title as it has already been mentioned before and replacing it with a hook. But overall, as I said, these has been a pearls of wisdom, and the content of the speech, the flow, has been exceptional. And I am looking forward to more wonderful speeches from you. And I know that you have great potential. And it was lovely. It was a treat to listen to you. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Tanishq.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Isal. So coming to the auxiliary role player. So I would like to invite the wait, a counter of today's meeting, Toastmaster Bhavani.
Am I audible? Hello? Okay. I'm just going to share. Sorry, I'm just trying to share the Excel sheet that I prepared. And I'm, like Rajinder said, I'm very bad at this.
You're getting better, Bhavani.
Okay. I'm not able to share. Okay, I'll share it in the WhatsApp group. So let me just start with the report. I prepared the Excel, but unfortunately, I'm not able to share. I still need to learn. I'm using a tab, so I'm not able to figure out how to do this. Maybe in an in-person meeting, I'm going to sit with someone and learn how to do this. Here's what my data tells. Many of you were flawless. All the speakers, I noticed that none of you used or any of the filler words. You were all so confident. I use it a lot. In word category, some of the speakers started the questioning sessions with so. So you were using so a lot to start every question you asked. So maybe you can avoid that. Under sounds, many of you used I don't want to mention the names as such. I will share the report Excel sheet that I prepared in the WhatsApp group so that you can privately reflect on the intrinsic speaking habits we have and try to consciously avoid that next time. Overall, today's meeting showed strong content, growing awareness, and improving control over fillers. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanishq.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavani. I would like to call the grammarian of today's meeting.
Hello everyone. I'm sharing my observation. Thank you, Toastmaster Tanish, for calling me. Today, word of the day intrinsic used by Toastmaster Deepak, Toastmaster Sangeeta, Toastmaster Bhavani two times, Toastmaster Shraddha, Toastmaster Jitesh, Toastmaster Risal, Toastmaster Sakshi, Toastmaster Rajinder. And beautiful words we heard today from neuroplasticity, pendulum movement, affirmation, strong content, catalyst, diligence, odyssey, cognitive, sprinkles, harsh critic, limiting belief, immense world of Pandora. And beautiful saying, thoughts, and words we have heard. TM Sakshi spoke about relationship improves when we listen to understand, not to respond. And people will forget what you tell and do, but they remember how you made them feel. Toastmaster Tushit, stand up and move on. Need not to shrink in and fit in. Toastmaster Tushit, maturity is where you stop complaining. We don't need to impress, but believe in ourselves. Toastmaster Rajinder, all is well. Powerful affirmation. It is going to be okay when we believe whole universe conspires to help us. Toastmaster Prashant, free chill creativity matters. Toastmaster Yuvraj, better communication can solve half of the problem. Sorry. Toastmaster Anmol, he said, if we know whom and why we are fighting, how we fight. Real quote, this is a wonderful quote. This is from the book Art War. The quote is, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not to fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, you for every victory gained, you will also suffer defeat. So this is from my side. Thank you so much. Over to you, Tanish. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanish. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shireen. I would like to call the listener of today's meeting, Toastmaster Shraddha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanishk. Someone has said that listening multiplies learning. When we listen, we not just learn words, but we get to observe emotions. We get to understand what the other person is doing so that we can learn from them. When we listen, we learn more than what is being said. And in today's meeting, I hope most of us have done that. Let's test. Which song did Toastmaster Rajinder sing to start the meeting?
All is well.
And please unmute yourself.
All is well, all is well.
All
All right.
is
All
well.
is well. Certainly. What are the 5 stages of belief formation Toastmaster Rajinder has talked about? 5 stages of belief formation.
Decision.
Yes,
So
Toastmaster decision.
attraction is the last step.
Decision.
No, it's the second last step.
Also, sorry, second last step. This step, yes.
Does anyone remember all the 5 in order? 4, 3, 2. Okay, it's decision, question, consideration, attraction, and belief. Okay, the next question is, which was the first kind of chair that Toastmaster Tushit had observed when he went for his shopping?
The stylish one,
The tall
No.
one.
the attractive one.
Yes, who said the tall one?
Okay.
I think it's Toastmaster Venov.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay, what are the 2 things that Toastmaster Prashant talked about a lot?
AI and music.
And what are the 2 parts of brain his evaluator Toastmaster Deepak talked about?
Left and the
Left
right.
brain, right brain.
Right. While talking to Sakshi's friend, what mistake did Sakshi do? While talking to Sakshi's friend, what was the mistake that Sakshi was making? I think this is the same mistake all of us have done because nobody is able to answer.
He
Listening to
Thinking
is
and
respond.
listen,
trying to
understand.
respond.
Listening.
Listening to respond. She was
Listening to
listening to respond,
understand.
but she was not listening to understand.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the 2 skills Yuvraj wants to master?
Communication and listening.
Communication and networking.
And listening.
And listening. Yes. Toastmaster Raj was playing Holi in which month?
August.
His son, yeah.
Yes.
Focus, yeah.
And what question did Tanishq ask during his table topic session? First question that he asked all of us.
Raise your hands if you're an introvert.
Yes. And what example did Anmol take to talk about his curiosity?
Example of his knees.
All right. Awesome. I think all of us have listened well enough. And thank you all for participating. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanishq.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shraddha. Very nice question you've asked. So before calling timer of today's meeting, can I ask you all for to cast your vote for the best evaluator? Timer, please tell when the time is end for the voting.
Time is up.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Jagdish. So I would like
Am
to
I?
call the timer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Jagdish, on the stage.
Yeah, I hope I'm audible. Okay, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
so here I'm with my report. So this meeting started on time at 12:30, exactly at 12:30 p.m. And yeah, everywhere, all the three speakers were on time. In terms of time, they were all qualified. Toastmaster Tushit took 6 minutes 26 seconds. Toastmaster Prashant took 4 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Shakshi took 6 minutes and 20 seconds. And on the table topic session, I think again all the five uh, uh, table topic were on time. Topics were all on time. So yeah. And for evaluators, Toastmaster Ritesh took 2 minutes 17 seconds. Toastmaster Deepak took 2 minutes 57 seconds, and Toastmaster Risal took 3 minutes. Yeah. Coming to the role players, Toastmaster Bhavani took 2 minutes 3 seconds. Toastmaster Shirin took 2 minutes 6 seconds, and Toastmaster Shraddha took 3 minutes. Uh, yeah, that's all from my report. Yeah, back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jagdish. So should I start with my general evaluation?
Voting for best auxiliary.
Okay, time is up. Can I get 20 more seconds so that I can write my evaluation? 20 more seconds. Okay. Should I start? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. So coming to the general evaluation, meeting started on time. Kudos to the South today's meeting. Coming to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rajendra. She came up with a very intellectual and an interesting topic named affirmation. I've learned a lot personally. We all need to learn from her how to explain every point very beautifully. And a little suggestion to everyone to please put your role after your name. For example, Toastmaster Shirin, bracket, your role name. Coming to the auxiliary roles, all auxiliary role players explain their role very well. A, a recommendation for Toastmaster Shirin could have introduced her role in a very precise way, although we all love how beautifully you explain everything. Coming to the evaluators, we all the evaluator introduced their target speaker very well. Coming to table topic master, Toastmaster Ritesh. Toastmaster Ritesh came up with simple question yet came up very simple question. Yet simple questions are the most powerful questions that helps every member and the guest to answer very well. Kudos to you. No recommendations. Coming to the speakers, while the polls were there, it was very difficult for me to choose the best speaker to vote upon. And yeah, coming to the evaluators again. Toastmaster Ritesh. I liked how Toastmaster Ritesh enacted that how his target speaker Toastmaster Tushit can perform better. Toastmaster Deepak. It was a very insightful evaluation, uh, um, and the recommendations were very well presented by Toastmaster Deepak. Kudos to you. Coming to the third evaluator, Toastmaster Rizal, could have added her role. For example, Toastmaster Rizal bracket evaluator number 3 after her name. Very great evaluation, Toastmaster Rizal. Hope your evaluation will help your target speaker. Coming to the auxiliary role play, Toastmaster Bhavani, kudos to you for sharing the Excel sheet. It helped every person to work upon very well, and it was very precise. Precise, loved it. Coming to Toastmaster Shirin, Toastmaster Shirin could have added her role name after her name. For example, Toastmaster Shirin, role Toastmaster Shraddha. Very good questions you've asked in while you're very good questions you've asked that everyone have already spoken upon. Coming to Toastmaster Jagdish, he could uh, he could have shown his data in an Excel sheet and could have presented as a share screen. And I just want to address one thing. Uh, to please put on your video on so that every face matters in every meeting. And uh, coming to yeah, yes, and kudos to Toastmaster Bhavani, Toastmaster Deepak, Toastmaster Jagdish, Toastmaster Shraddha, and Toastmaster Ritesh for adding your role after your name. For example, Toastmaster Deepak have used Toastmaster Deepak evaluator number 2. Thank you so much. That was my general evaluation, and I would like to invite the team out of today's meeting, Toastmaster Rajinder Kaur.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I always, sorry, I always lose. Toastmaster Tanesh for great evaluation. So now it's time for me to move to the topic of the day. And as we begin with our negative belief, and then we switch to framing it into a positive affirmation, then we discovered what are the 5 stages of belief formation. Now it's time for me to give you 2 methods wherein you can place your positive affirmation and keep practicing for certain days so that that becomes your new reality. And when we talk about affirmations, trust me, written affirmations are much, much more powerful than merely verbally communicating them. I would like to share screen. Please give me a few seconds. I hope my screen is visible. All right.
Yep.
So, I would like to stress on the power of writing. Written affirmations are much more powerful than verbal affirmations. We only write things that are important to us. And we speak all sort of things, right? We speak a lot and we speak all sort of things, but anything that is important, we write that because our mind register it for a longer time. And we also underline and highlight words because our mind work with association. Also, scientific studies associate a lot of intellectual, psychological, and emotional benefits of writing. And when we write, we actually read it 2, 3 times. We are reading in the mind, we are writing, and we read it again. So we try to visualize it as well. So writing affirmation repeatedly itself can give you amazing result. So that's why I want to request each one of you today the positive affirmation which you have framed for yourself, try to practice in a written way. And you can also say it verbally as and when you like to say and to draw confidence to yourself. So now I would like to give you 2 techniques I'll share a screen. All right. So we can though I have many techniques to share, but I'm sharing only two techniques due to the time constraint. There is this pillow technique. In the pillow technique, what we have to do is we have to keep a notepad or a sticky note with a pen at our bedside. Not just before going to sleep, on a sticky note or a paper, write your positive affirmations and keep that sheet inside your pillow cover and sleep over it. Next day, take out that sheet and keep it somewhere else. Keep doing it for 30 days. And how it works, our subconscious mind remains active 24/7. And when we write before going to bed, it retains in our mind and slowly it helps us manifest our desires. So in this technique, we have to write it for 30 days, a positive affirmation, keep it inside the pillow cover, sleep over it, and wait till 30 days or more or less, depending on how much eager you want that belief to come true to you. So this is the first technique. And then I'll go to the second technique, which is 369 method. We all know that entire universe is made up of energy. Every object carries certain vibration. That's why you might have heard people say the vibe of the place was very nice and his vibe doesn't match his mine, because we all carry energy. So, and like objects, every word we speak, every alphabet, every number has certain vibration. And there are certain set of numbers that resonate well with each other. One such set is 369. It is known as Tesla code and it is discovered by scientist Nikola Tesla. And when combined together, these numbers give amazing result. So in this technique, what we have to do is the one of the positive affirmation which we have framed today. We have to choose one set of time, either 3 a.m., 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. or either 3 p.m., 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. So what we have to do is we have to write that positive affirmation 3 times at either 3 a.m. or 3 p.m., 6 times at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., 9 times at 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. And we have to keep doing this for 21 days. And we can also add gratitude to make it more powerful. Like my affirmation is, I can say, thank you, universe, for making me a confident public speaker. Right? And in this technique, your affirmation will get amplified with the vibration energy of this powerful set of number 369, and it will help you manifest it faster. And trust me, numbers have energy. There's a scientific proof to it, and I am a certified numerologist. I can assure you that. So if you'll use either of these two methods, or you can use both methods with determination, I am sure that you will manifest your new reality sooner than you know. And thank you for my side. This was all about my session today. And now we have, I think, poll for the big three rows. Uh, can I ask please, can I request,
Yes, yes,
yes,
yes, it is already there.
yeah, please vote for big three rows. All right, so can we take few more seconds or are we done?
Yes, we can get it
All
done.
right.
We
All
have got
right.
the
Thank you so
majority.
much. And this now I would request our presiding officer, Toastmaster Sangeeta, to please come up on stage for felicitation of the winners. Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Before we wrap up, a quick note. I'm running very low on charge on my laptop, Bluetooth, and mobile. So I won't be able to switch my camera back on. And if my laptop switches on, the meeting will automatically end. Therefore, let's close this smoothly from here. Sorry. Thank you all for joining today and making this meeting such a wonderful success. Your energy, participation was truly commendable. And you all will be informed about your new EC members by Monday. For now, let me share the results. So for the best speakers, we have Toastmaster Tushit. So congratulations, Toastmaster Tushit. For best table topic speaker, we have Toastmaster Risal. For best evaluator, we have Toastmaster Deepak. For best auxiliary role player, we have Toastmaster Shraddha. And for the best Big Three role player, we have Toastmaster Rajinder. Congratulations to all of you. and, and you will be getting your certificates online this time because our VPP, our Toastmaster Deepak, has already prepared a template for it. So with this, let me adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I want to call out Rajinder. You did a fantastic job today, and the 369 technique and pillow technique. So pillow one is definitely I will try. Okay. Let me try and share.
Please do that. It works. It worked for me.
Okay.
It works. It actually works. It worked for me as well.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Let's try then. All right.
And Toastmaster Rajinder, we both can come for a session like this, and where we can have an amazing session and ask everyone. Like it could be an in-person session. It was an
I would
amazing
love
meeting
to.
today.
I would love to have many. I have a lot of content. I have to just shrink it to this much because of the time constraint. Otherwise, I could go on for like half an hour or hour or so. I have
And
big session on manifestation. Yeah.
and one more thing that happened magic, Rajinder. I'm not sure whether it was your magic, but we finished 15 minutes early.
So I could have
Yeah.
added one more. I could have added one more technique then.
No, I think Toastmaster of the day is an important job, and they actually control the meeting timing. So you did well there as well. So I think
Thank
kudos
you.
to everyone to speak within time limits. I was proposing,
Everybody.
yeah, given we had 2:30, so if people are not in a hurry to for their lunch, I had proposed if we
Actually,
can.
Deepak, I don't have battery, so I have
So
to
maybe
carry forward to your as a host. Like I'll just change you as a
yeah, no.
host.
So my proposal, yeah, please go ahead, Sangeeta. My
Yes, yes,
proposal is
yes.
if we can have a 5 points penalty on whoever goes above their timing. Okay. So to the house. Why I think is I have seen that we have been overrunning from many meetings, like 20 minutes over, 15 minutes over. That if we can, like some speakers take more time to speak. So if they are aware that if they speak more than their allotted time, they will be having a penalty. Maybe the sergeant at arms can call that out at the start of the meeting just for reminder. And that way people will be conscious of not speaking more than required. Just a proposal. I'm not sure how many of you agree, but it will help people to be conscious of not speaking more than their time limit. Okay. Yeah.
I think if we can give extra 5 point to remain within the time limit would be great because we want points, right?
No, I
I
think
think that would be a great
yeah.
motivator for us too.
Yeah, so I think if yeah, +1 for if you have completed in time, but -5 if you have not completed in time. So that like along with your addition role points, for example, TMOD has 7 or 8 points. So if they complete within time, so +1 for them. If they don't, then -5. So that way, I think it would be balanced.
All right. Can we do
Okay.
2 or 3? 5 is a lot to lose.
We can actually have like we can talk in the EC as well because it
Yeah.
has to be positive, negative should be balanced. So
Yeah.
I think so it
Okay.
should be 5 and 1, like opposite way. You get 5 if you are on time, and
Oh, okay.
-2 if you are not on time. Just like, we have this exams, JEE and AIPMT
Okay.
exam. It's like that.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, penalty is heavy. Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's great. All right. Anything else from anyone? I think it was a fantastic meeting. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Deepak, just wanted to know about next meeting. Will it be offline? I believe.
It would be in person.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Right.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.